It's been seasons since monsters seen any milk. The bars are barren, coffers running dry, and Santa Paws cries out for something to dip his cookies into. Could two little mice make a difference? It won't be easy. Innocent paws could get caught in the crossfire, and secrets better left hidden may be uncovered. But you have to ask yourself, how far would you go for a little cheese?
Hello and welcome to Where's Left Forgotten, the Milk Rush. And I love cheese right from my lack hair down to my little lack toes. My name is Nathan Quadrio and I am your game master.
My name is Miriam Feats and I play Maude Sinclair.
My name is Jess Wolfendale and I play Sheriff Carly Whiskers.
It's time for you to make a decision. So we've got a lot of irons in the fire.
Yes.
We have gathering an alleged army for Hootseveld.
Mm-hmm.
We have Rodney, who may already be dead. And we have the Milk Rush train. You don't know where or when it's arriving.
Yeah.
So what are we doing now, first, and why?
In 50 words or less.
Yeah.
I think the way that you've laid it out makes it quite clear. I don't think we care about whether or not we get an army for Hootsevelt.
No, that's really low priority for
Low
me.
priority. And as you said, we don't know where the train is going to be or how we're supposed to rob it.
Feels significant for what we're trying
Feels
to do.
pretty significant. I've never robbed a train before, certainly.
No.
So I think we're going to try find Rodney.
Mm-hmm. One of the rocks next to you. Yeehaw, friends.
God.
How did it go?
Where we got hired.
In theory. Where's Sassy?
Yeah, she was following me. She'll be here shortly.
Why'd you separate?
Well, we were trying to remain hidden, so she went off and hid, and I went off and hid.
That makes sense.
I mean, I'm more concerned about how it went for you. We were the distraction, so you could see if we knew what happened to Rodney.
And he pulls out a Roadrunner feather. I didn't find Rodney, but I did find potential clues as to where he might be. A trail, perhaps.
Leading where?
A road to the runner.
Pretty much.
Is this our heist montage or are we not quite there yet? Like, are we like laying out a map and we're like cutting, we're like the multi-screens and...
If that's what you want it to be.
Yeah, if we could just
what's
do...
on the screen? It's you going, I don't know where Rodney is. Just
Yeah.
wandering around in a sandy desert.
If we could just do one of those and then we pick back up where we found
could just, just the magic of the movies where this is like a last minute thing that has to get done. And so we montage it and don't have to do any of the hard work.
A wagon
Because we
wheel
said this was a
rolls
more
across the
cinematic
screen.
season.
Yeah.
So if we could just...
A wagon wheel rolls across the screen and then we're outside a lair.
Highs or lows?
Highs.
It don't get much higher than an at 20.
Whoa.
Whoa, baby.
Oh.
Narrate it for us, Nathan.
Okay. And a montage begins. Energetic music begins to play underneath as we cross through. You leaving the town, still without Sassy McCracken, following the small pieces of trail and track that have been left behind, little feathers fallen from Rodney the Roadrunner, tracks dragged as mice and snakes seem to be dragging some kind of lump. Then you move through a creek and you lose everything for a moment, but Tumbleweed, using his skills, manages to bring you back on track as you arrive at the craggly open mouth of a cave leading downward. And you can hear echoing through the cave outwards a calm, sad whistling. What would you like to do?
I'll just take a moment because you said there were mice and snake tracks.
Correct.
I'll gesture for us all to hunker down low and then scan to see if there are any other people about other than us.
Roll a will save.
That is a 3 under 8.
Wow.
Okay. You look around and you don't see anybody around you, but you do see several snake tracks heading in and out. That seems to be the main foot traffic around here.
Okay.
the main body traffic. I'm not sure. But you do hear coming from behind you.
I pancake.
Okay. You drop to the floor, flat as possible. Can you make a deck save for me?
I look at you disappointingly because because I had gestured for us all to get down low.
I got lower.
Oh, okay.
I was crouched.
In my head,
and now
I was
have
already flat.
Okay. I'm even flatter now.
Okay, great.
Ooh, 5 under 6.
Okay. So you are as stealthed and discreet as you possibly can be. Your coloring, I think, would match quite well with the desert sand.
That's very true. I do that thing that like lizards and some spiders do where they just sort of shuffle side to side and now in the sand.
Psst. Are you there?
We're here, Sassy.
Okay. Shh, 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 shh. And Sassy is also pancaked down. Shh, 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 shh. Can you make a will save with advantage?
Yeah. 7 under 8.
Wow.
Okay. There's something about her being pancaked, slithering towards you.
Yep.
It's like this cognitive dissonance where you have been seeing a mouse for, 2-3 days?
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait a minute. That's not a mouse.
Oh my God.
That's never been a
Oh
mouse.
my God.
Sassy McCracken has been a snake this whole time.
That's never been a mouse.
And you're looking side to side, and you can see Curly looking, and you can see Tumbleweed looking, and they're not seeing what you're seeing. They're like, well, it's just Sassy.
Wait, okay. Is it straight up a snake or is it a snake disguised as a mouse?
It's a snake disguised
Okay.
as a mouse.
Okay.
Oh, to get into my head, how she's disguised as a mouse.
So if we imagine a mouse as like an L shape,
Imagine, if you will.
imagine, if you will, an
Yes.
L shape. And so the little bit of the L is sticking up, and then
Yeah.
the long bit of the
Yeah.
L is on the ground. So the little bit that is sticking up, hat, mouse face is on her snake face.
Yep.
She's got little feet that she has attached to her,
Okay.
and little fake arms,
Okay.
right? And she has
Have we
been.
ever seen her pick anything
Think-
up?
That's right. She has been performing. She has been performing live on stage to hundreds of people and totally sold. And then the bottom,
You dipped her. You did a full stage dip and never clocked that she was a snake.
the bottom like kind of coiled up, like concertinaed back,
Like an
Yeah.
accordion.
like an accordion just underneath. Right? So it's like, oh, I've got a really thick or noticeable
Mouse
tail.
tail.
Right? And just by, I mean, it's all like redirection and distraction.
Yeah.
That's what all the magic is. And it's just, you've never really paid attention.
It was just the sound of her hips swishing side to side.
That's right. And she's just had this brusque personality you just don't notice. And nobody ever noticed. You're the first person, Maude.
In the world.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sassy. What a bold name to pick as a snake. To make your
Sassy
name
McCracken.
Sassy.
Sassy.
It's good to see you caught up with us. We think Rodney's in there.
Well, thank goodness. We heading in?
We were just getting a lay of the land. I couldn't see anyone else around, so I think we might be safe to sneak in. Perhaps if Tumbleweed, do you want to do your thing and give us a signal if it turns out Rodney's under guard?
Can do. And he kind of like positions himself, grabs some branches and draws them in
Yep.
and kind of shuffles off. Are you all right, Mousetrap?
Am I?
You're looking a little odd. Almost white as a sheet.
It's been a long few days, and I'm worried about my friend, who very well might be dead.
She steps closer towards you.
Are you all right? We were worried when you didn't come back with us to town.
Well, I got tied up with some strange dealings. I hope it didn't seem suspicious.
With you, it's always a little bit suspicious, Sassy, but I figured that's just part of the deal.
And you can see her tail kind of stretching out behind
Yeah.
her, kind of curling around as she kind of moves around. So she's like pincering you in.
Yeah.
We should follow after Tumbleweed, otherwise we won't see the signal.
And I'm going to just start to try and move out of that sort of physical range and gesture as casually as I can for Curly to follow.
Maude, can you make a dex save? And Curly, can you make a dex save with disadvantage, please?
Does she know that I'm there?
She does. I roll.
Okay, great. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I rolled a 6.
Ooh, nice.
Or 19.
Okay.
Neither of them would have done it, but that 19 really sealed the deal.
So you've got like the body half.
Yes.
So as the body half moves towards you, you, Curly, have the tail half. So as you kind of like stand to move further in, the tail that you had no idea was
Where
there.
did this come from?
As you are grabbed by the foot and lifted up, and you are now dangling, 2 or 3 mouse heights above the ground.
I pull my 6-shooter.
She pulls her 6-shooter into one of the mouse hands. And you don't really know what's happening, but
Sassy,
it's there.
we don't need to play this game.
What
Mom,
game?
look out. I think there's a snake next to Sassy.
Sassy, look out! Can you roll a will save? I think for you, it's a flat will save.
3 out of 10.
Great. All of a sudden, you're like,
Wait a second.
your eyes go wide.
The
I
Joey
faint.
Tribbiani effect, where it's just
I'm upside down. I faint.
You faint. Okay. So you are unconscious, swinging. No, it didn't have to be this way.
then why is it? I can't speak for Curly because he's fainted, but it doesn't matter to me whether you're a mouse or a snake. It matters to me whether you're in on the mission. If you're working for Hootsevelt and that's your mission, then this is a whole different question.
You think I'm working for Hootsevelt?
I sure hope not, but right now,
Maybe
you
I'm
pointing
on
a gun
my
at me.
own side. Mousetrap?
Well, what can we do to get your side and our side working toward the same goal right now?
Well, maybe you head inside and you can find out. As the body stretches out longer and longer.
You gonna put my friend down?
I think I need some collateral. You may not have noticed, but these arms aren't real.
I had noticed that, Sassy, yes.
So I'm very talented, but I've not tried to shoot with these before, and who knows what'll happen. Maybe I'll aim for your leg and miss by a couple of body lengths.
Is that... I'm trying so hard to figure out if that's a threat.
Because a couple of body lengths would not be my body.
One body length. I seem like I'll try to shoot you in the leg and I'll miss by your torso, which would take it up to your head.
To my head. Okay, no,
Wow.
I'm with you now.
No.
I wait back up. Maude, I think something's wrong with Sassy.
Wham! She slams you down onto the ground. Can you make a strength save?
13 over 9.
Okay, great. You're knocked out again.
Yeah.
Are you helping us rob this train? That's all I need to know in this moment.
I ain't helping you rob no train.
Then let's, I guess, go inside.
Sounds good.
And I'm not going to lower my gun. And I think we're just standing off and walking at the same time.
So, hanging in the air by the tail is Curly,
Yep.
unconscious for the moment.
Yep.
You walking kind of sideways into the cave.
Yeah.
She's sidling in alongside you. You can hear, signal, signal, signal.
You got friends in here?
I think you do too. Sounds like Tumbleweed's run into an awful lot of trouble. And then she begins to like sprint as fast as she possibly
I
can
run.
into the...
Yeah, I run after her.
Okay, great. Can you make a dex check?
Oh my God.
Contested.
This is crazy.
Oh.
5.
Okay, so you manage to keep pace with her as she moves through. As you run, Curly, you come back to consciousness. You're swinging side to side as you're sprinting, and you arrive in a circular room within the cave. In the middle of this room is a giant hole leading down, from whence
The whistling
the
came.
whistling is coming.
Okay.
You believe Rodney is down in the hole. You can see on one side a snake, ready and raring, looking at you, body raised, hackles raised, and on the other side, a second snake. You recognize these two snakes as Hootseveltz's offsiders.
Yep.
Sally and Serena the snakes.
Yep.
Sally, on the left, has herself tied straight around Tumbleweed. Well, sisters, it's looking like I've brought some fresh meat for us. Isn't this a treat? And Curly is thrown into the hole. Can you make a strength save again?
1.
Okay,
Not
great.
one.
You manage to kind of like land in such a way that you do not damage yourself. And now you are at the bottom of this hole with Rodney. Sassy, I'm so satisfied that you're standing here with us. And you brought some pals with you. As they throw Tumbleweed down into the bottom as well.
Cool, so it's me and 3 snakes.
Yeehaw!
Sally, Serena, nice to finally meet you properly.
I could say the same for you, sister.
What's the hustle here?
What's the hustle?
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you've seen some of what we've seen. Hootsevelt's a sinking ship. So sad, so poor, so sallow. So we thought that we'd sort ourselves out.
How?
Well, that would be giving it all away, but it would seem like you haven't really been paying attention to where we are right now.
Can I do a retrospective check to figure out what she's talking about?
Sure, roll a will check.
8 on 8.
And you realize that you are near the basin of a dried riverbed. Can you make a dex save? Contested.
9.
It's a 20.
Wow.
As the Sassy kind of loops around and tries to push you in to the hole.
Hey. We don't need to be doing that right now.
Well, I guess 3 ain't so bad. And Sassy nods over to Serena. And Serena, with her tail, punches a hole into the wall, which breaks and water begins to leak down and pour down, filling the hole from the bottom.
I'm going to take a shot at Sassy. I don't care.
Yeah!
2 under 12.
Okay, so you hit.
Nice.
It's only a 2.
And she falls to the ground, blood pouring out of her side. Sisters!
I'm going to run so that I'm like between her and her sisters and point the gun at them.
You want to get your sister out of here, you get my friends out of here too.
I think you're forgetting. Snakes are sly. And they run past you and run past their sister,
Yep.
leaving her in the dirt.
Oof.
Can I just check in here for a minute with what's happening with me? I'd love to just
Figure out if I'm dead yet.
I'd love to just figure out before I drown.
Okay. So you are in the bottom of a hole.
Yeah.
You,
Yes.
Tumbleweed,
Yes.
Rodney. Now, Rodney is taller than you.
Is he tied up?
Rodney is not tied up.
Okay.
But he is weak. It's beginning to fill with water. At the moment, it's probably around ankle level for all of you.
Okay.
But it is briskly increasing.
Right. Before I was, the brief moments before I was thrown in this hole, are there any kind of rock formations above this hole, like back on surface land?
Okay, yes.
Great, like some stalagmites perhaps?
Yes.
I would love to take my rope out of my bag and using the skills I picked up in my run of Oklahoma Mouse, I tie a lasso and...
Oklahoma Mouse.
And you know who I played in Oklahoma Mouse?
Yep.
Curly, baby. Let's go.
Oh, that was so obvious.
And I'm going to attempt to lasso a stalagmite.
Roll a dex check.
Come on.
And you're trying to sell me on this Oklahoma Mouse thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to allow you to have advantage.
Wow.
That's so kind.
That's
Because that was
so
such a bad
kind.
roll.
Oh, it's even
no.
worse. That's a 17 and an 18.
Okay. You throw it, and you completely miss as it falls down as the water rises up to knee level.
Do I see that rope fly in the air and go back down?
Yes, you do.
I'm going to get my rope out, run to whatever stalagmite I potentially think Curly was aiming for, and I'm going to tie an anchor and I'm going to throw a rope down for Curly and the others.
Okay. You tie a rope down and throw it down. A rope falls directly in front of you.
Excellent.
The water rises to your waist.
I'm going to get Tumbleweed to go first.
Oh, all right. Okay. Oh, yee-haw! As he's pulling himself up.
And because Rodney's looking a bit weakened, I'm going to take the lasso that I've already tied and I'm going to tie it around him. And then I'm going to tie it around myself to make sure that we both get out of here.
Eat.
Come on, man. Just a little bit further, all right?
I don't know if I can make it.
Well, you can. So, yeah, let's go.
I'm going to get flat on my belly on the edge of the pit so that I can help pull people over the top as they get to the top.
Okay. Tumbleweed is pulling himself up. Highs or lows?
Lows.
as he climbs and he successfully makes it out. And the
Ooh,
stalagmite holds.
Great. And then I'd like to start climbing up, pulling Rodney behind me.
Can you make a strength save, please? Because Rodney is bigger than you.
Golly. Oh,
13 over 9.
Okay, so you pull and you are really struggling to get Rodney. So you are up a very short distance as the water begins to rise and begins to consume Rodney.
I'm going to run
You're
over.
also fighting against the water as you're pulling it
I'm
out
going to
now.
run over to Sassy. Hey, we can get you out of here, but you need to help us.
It's too late for me.
It is not too late for you. You are
Look at this blood on the ground.
You are the most annoyingly persistent person I've ever met in my life. Get up and get Rodney and Curly out of the pit.
You think I can get Rodney out of the pit? Look at this. You put a hole in me. It's you.
It ain't that big a hole. Get your ass up.
And as you come towards her with her last ounces of strength, she shoots you with her 6-shooter with a 5, and you
Yeah.
take 4 damage.
Okay. Cool.
How much health do you have?
6.
Now I have 2.
Oh, great. Good.
Suck on that.
Wow.
Mousetrap.
Wow.
Oh, I really hate you.
And she falls to the ground, mostly unconscious.
I'll turn to Tumbleweed. We gotta pull.
I can try.
And we're going to essentially try and pull the two of you out rather than you two having to lift.
Yep, absolutely.
Everybody make a strength
Everyone
check.
make it.
Ooh.
Fail.
Succeed.
14 over 9.
I'm 7 on 7.
Oh my god.
You pull, you can feel your
Yeah.
muscles more dragging, but the weight, because now there's also all the water weight that you're trying to kind of pull them out of the water initially
yeah.
and pull Curly out of the water, and there is not enough coming from Tumbleweed. He's old. He's tired now from having pulled himself up.
I'm going to propose something here. So, I'm a Jerboa mouse. And Jerboas normally, when they jump, can only hop about 10 centimeters off the ground. But when threatened by a predator, can jump up to 3 meters.
Wow.
I would love to plant my feet in a little craggle and attempt to jump us both out of here, faced with the predator of the water.
Love it.
Science.
I'm okay with this,
Great.
but it's going to be high risk, high reward.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you fail this roll,
Yeah.
then the water starts to break down the rock and it will start to crumble down
Yep.
onto you. I feel like because science, like with the Oklahoma mouse, you should have advantage
Yeah.
because this is a special skill
Yeah.
of your breed of mouse, which you did
Say in
pre-select.
episode
It's been
1.
very, very
Yes.
clear
Yeah.
what kind of mouse you are.
It's an 8
Over?
under 9
Okay, so that is a
There we go.
success.
and another 8 under 9.
Wow, okay.
Woo!
Your lasso is looped around Rodney, and there's all this water, and then your feet find purchase on kind of a little dry bit of rock, and you push yourself up.
I jette
You,
vertically.
you jette up. Boom. All of a sudden, you see Maude, this beautiful, perfect
Single
split.
tear.
That's showmanship, baby.
Yeah.
Silence as hovering in the air is Curly.
Ave Maria starts.
Exactly. And then the leap finishes and Curly lands with Rodney on the side. Rodney and Curly slamming down into the ground. The hole begins to crumble inward as other parts of the dirt floor underneath you start to fall in. You have to get out, otherwise the whole thing's going down.
Tumbleweed, help me. And I'm going to run to support Rodney.
You begin to run and run and run, and you all make it out. Rodney, meep, meep. As the body of Sassy McCracken slips into the water and disappears under the silt and sediment.
As soon as we're safe and everyone is fine, there's one of those like moments where sort of everyone's standing and panting and everyone's looking fine. And then you just see blood slowly start to grow from underneath a hand that Maude has been subtly holding against her side. And she stumbles and falls to the ground
I
and is
catch
just
you.
sort of in a lot of pain as her bullet wound starts to.
Whoa,
sort of hit.
Take it easy. Take it easy. I'll lower you down.
Okay. Yeah, that hurt.
Did you get shot?
Yeah, I got shot. Turns out she can shoot a gun with twigs as arms.
Maude, I don't know CPR. I don't know how to help you here.
Can you? Okay, so you're gonna reach to the bottom hem of my petticoat.
Okay.
And you're gonna just cut the entire hem off like one long bandage strip.
Yep, I expertly tear a strip like 100 stagers.
Yeah. All right, and then you're going to tear a bit of that and make like a wad that I can press really hard into my wound.
Do I need to like suck the poison out? Is that part of it?
I mean, there's a bullet in here, but I don't know if we have time to get it out right now.
Do you need me to suck the bullet out?
Can I reach to see if it went through and through or if it's still in my body? This is more focused than we've ever given a gunshot, but narratively,
We've never been shot.
Yeah.
Never been shot before. Highs or lows?
Highs.
Okay, it has gone through.
It's gone through. Okay, so I'm going to need two sort of like wads.
Okay.
And then you're going to use the rest and you're just going to wrap them around as tight as you can to hold all the blood in. Just all the blood needs to stay in my body is where we're at.
I do that.
Okay. You wrap as much as you can, as tightly as you can, and you stem the blood flow kind of at least for now.
And you some water.
Thanks. I drink all of it.
I'm sorry I don't have no alcohol or nothing.
No, that's okay. We didn't need to go fishing for a bullet, and that's most of what the alcohol is for.
Okay, okay.
We'll deal with the rest of it later.
Rodney sits up.
Yeah.
Rodney.
Well, that was a hell of a time.
Yeah.
Rodney, you're not a snake, are you?
I've been called things like that my whole life.
Okay, but are you physically a snake? I need to know. Okay,
no,
great.
I'm not a snake.
Rodney, we're apparently Sassy is 1, a snake, and 2, dead, and 3 was not ever going to help us with the milk rush. And so now it's just us 4, assuming Tumbleweed still wants to help.
What about Stinky?
Dead.
Stinky's dead.
Before we got there.
Oh, well.
There was a moment maybe where I thought we could recruit his son. But
yeah, I
his
did make
son's
good friends with his son.
working with Hootsevelt, and we didn't know how much we could trust him.
Well, this has become really messy.
Yeah.
And in the distance, you can hear the sound of a train whistle.
Well,
Rodney, what? Where
what
are
was the plan out of curiosity?
There was a space, a time. I don't know where we are. I don't know how long I've been gone for. The timing seems a little off, I think. The train is early.
How fast would it be moving?
Well, we just got to go. We got to try and get...
Well, I mean, is it feasible for us to just jump on?
Oh, boy. I mean...
Because I don't know if we have time to stop it anymore, is what Rodney's saying.
Gosh, I wish I had Gouda right now. I mean...
That would be Gouda.
Thanks. Maybe there's animals around these parts. We could find some steeds, rustle up some Mustang lizards. I don't know.
We're spending an awful amount of time talking about this, and I feel like the train is just getting further and further away from where we want it to be.
Okay, are we
Okay.
just going to run? Can you even run, Rodney?
I'll see what I can do.
All right. Well, I guess we start hopping.
All right.
Meet babe.
We go.
Yep.
Can everybody roll a dex saving throw?
Okay.
Okay. Rodney, full of life. He is bouncing back.
Just leeches it from us.
Yes, and
Yeah.
then also Tumbleweed, full of life. They are gunning, ready to go.
Meanwhile, the PCs that we're following.
Yeah.
It was a 15 over 12.
Yikes.
So I think Maude begins at pace, and then her wound, she just starts to stumble and fall behind.
Nat 20, baby. I
Mm-hmm.
actively break my leg.
Yeah.
We find out Curly was shot 3 times and didn't know.
I start to... I've just done a very powerful jump recently. And so I'm a little bit slower, and I'm looking ahead, and I'm seeing Rodney just silhouetted by the sunlight, slightly blurry on the as he reaches the horizon point. And it's just this beautiful moment of, I did that. I made it possible for this runner to road run. I'm keeping it. It's so beautiful that I just slow from a run to a walk to a stop. I'm like, that's it. This is what I came here to do. And I just watch my friends go into the sunset for a minute.
Curly, what the hell are you doing?
What? You don't need me anymore.
What?
I done my duty.
No, you didn't. The town is still going to get destroyed.
I thought but I did the Rodney. I did the jump, and that's sort of like my big moment. And now, sort of the other
Curly, you have become a very dear friend to me. I'm going to say something that
wait, do you mean that?
maybe might hurt to
I start
hear.
Crying. What?
Life is not a story, and you don't get one climactic moment that resolves all your problems. It keeps going. And you have to do the next one too. And now we've got to go and
what?
We've got to go and
There's more?
There's more.
I stopped pacing. No, okay. No, wait. So I gotta
You set a goal and you do it.
And I did that. And now I'm
you
done.
set another one and life moves forward.
No, you see, I just talked to my manager, who's my mommy, and she sets the goals for me, and then I'm done.
Your mommy ain't here, Curly.
Okay.
And as far as I'm concerned, I don't think I like your mommy very much. You are
I feel like this is coming out of nowhere.
You are a talented, intelligent, kind, and resourceful young man. And when I met you, you didn't think you were any of those things. And as far as I know, it's your mommy that told you that.
It's not Mom. It's not. It's the theaters that won't take me. They want the back squeak boys. They don't want my solo career.
And who
so
said
I gotta
that
make
to you?
I mean, it was through Mama, but it was because of the theaters. They said,
okay,
and the band said, and
so she sent you here as far away from her as possible to do what? Something that she knew you didn't know how to do? That doesn't feel very nice.
No, she trusted me to come here and to be able to do a heroic act and take an injury and make a name for myself.
Take an injury?
If
your mama wanted you to get hurt.
She didn't say that. She just said that she'd be able to put a good spin on it.
Curly,
if I did.
my sister has more children than I can count most days. I'm just their auntie. One of them scrapes their shin, and I am a mess for days. And she's telling you to go somewhere far away and get yourself hurt?
No.
I'm not saying she doesn't love you, Curly. I'm just saying that something is wrong there. Because you are a great person, and she shouldn't be treating you like that. And you should be stepping out from whatever strange plan she's trying to wrangle you into, and you should be making your own life. And if you want this to be the end of whatever little story your mama cooked up for you, that's fine. You walk on home, Curly. I can't stop you. Or you make a choice right now, and we go and do this. And then when it's done, you make a choice to do the next thing and the next thing. Even if all that thing is sitting down, kicking your feet up, and taking a break.
But what if I make a choice and it hurts people?
Curly, I'm an outlaw. I'll make a choice. I'll make a choice that hurts people all the time because I'm desperate and I got mouths to feed. You accept the responsibility of what you've done and you move forward.
Okay.
Now, what are you doing right now? Are you ending your story or are you moving forward with me? Because Rodney and Tumbleweed, they're gone. I can't even see them anymore.
In the distance, yeah, just dust. I can't leave. I can't do that. I know what it's like to be left. I can't leave. I gotta go. I gotta go with you. I stay with you.
And that's what you want? That's your next goal. That's the next thing that you're gonna do. You, Curly. No one else, just you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You're my friend.
Curly. I'm your friend.
Then I'll stay with you.
Okay. And I hold out my hand to start leading Curly towards the tiny specks that are our friends on the horizon.
Your spirits buoyed. Curly, your whole worldview changed.
Rocked. I'm reeling.
The camera pans up and we begin to track your journey across the sand, reinvigorated, running almost as if you are partially healed, Maude, through the spirit of bonding between these two mice. Not entirely healed, but some energy has been...
The adrenaline's kicked
Yeah,
in.
the
and I stopped
adrenaline's
feeling
kicking in.
Not with
pain.
real tangible HP,
Yeah.
but
No. And you run and you run and you run and you move past cactuses and small bushes and other small things that occur in a plain desert landscape. Rocks. You know, the budget is low, so you see the same rock coming past you
yeah.
3 times. And you kind of crest a little bit of a kind of like a sand dune, and you see Rodney and old Tumbleweed standing at the top, looking out. And there is the track. The track that you've been working towards for the last 8 sessions. And on the track is the Milk Rush train. Still. Stopped in place as once more the whistle is rung. And from this distance, you can see, standing atop the train, a figure. Wide-brimmed hat. A rifle at the ready, looking out. His face covered with a scarf. And at the bottom, an enormous lizard, waiting and watching. Do you approach?
has the figure spotted us?
Roll a will save.
Me too, or just
Sure.
Fail.
5 under 8.
Wow.
Okay. They seem to be playing it pretty cool, but you get the vibe that they have seen you and are waiting for you to approach.
Okay.
You would know more, probably less so Curly. The way that they're holding the weapon is not like, come on, I'm going to shoot you when you
Yeah.
approach. It's kind of like they're creating a moment.
Yeah.
They're creating a vibe.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
the poster.
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, I'll turn to look at Curly.
What?
I think he's waiting for us.
Okay. Who is he?
I mean, he's, I would guess, an outlaw of some kind.
But we're outlaws too, so maybe he's friendly.
Only one way to find out. And I don't think we're getting to that train unless it's through him, however that be.
Okay, let's go then.
Rodney, Tumbleweed, you coming or going?
We're with you the whole time. Yeehaw! Meep, meep. And you approach.
Mhm.
Slowly, a wide shot, with you on one side and the train on the other, as these tiny specks move across towards the train. As you get close enough, the figure who you as players know as the Provolone Ranger swings down and drops onto the sand. Their face covered with a scarf, their hat down low, you can hardly see their eyes, and they walk towards you.
I put my hand on my whip at my hip.
Yeah, I'm ready to reach for my 6-shooter if I need to.
Well, hello there, friends.
Hello?
I'm glad it's you who made your way here. I know many people have been vying for this train.
You know who we are?
I know who everybody here is.
And you knew we were coming?
Well, I hoped that word would make its way, and that perhaps some friends would be here.
I'm sorry, you seem to have us at a bit of a disadvantage. Who are you?
Colloquially, at home, I'm known as the Provolone Ranger.
Wow, it's a great name.
Thank you. But I've not always been known by that name. I took it on after I needed to make a name for myself, made my riches. And I've done so now.
And he removes his scarf and takes off his hat. And Maude,
Yeah.
you immediately recognize this as Lyle, your sister's husband.
I pull my gun.
Yeah, baby.
You rat.
Maude, I know that you're upset, but you need to...
I'm upset. You left my sister
And when
with nothing.
When I left, I had nothing. And now I've come back with so much more. and he undoes kind of like a ponytail on the back of his head as 2 ears pop out. And suddenly you realize that Lyle looks an awful lot like Curly. And in an instant, you put together that Lyle, your brother-in-law, Maude, also is Curly's absent father.
Daddy?
And that's what we're going to call the session.
You've been listening to Best Left Forgotten. You can find and follow us on X, Instagram, and Blue Sky at Best Left Podcast, and on our Best Left Forgotten Facebook page, where we post updates, info, and additional content. A full song and artist list for this episode can be found in the description. Our cover art is by Irit Mogilevsky, who can be found on Instagram at irit.mog. Thanks to Jess Wolfendale, our editor, Miriam Feats, our social media manager, and Nathan Quadrio, our producer. If you enjoyed our episode today, please leave a review and tell your friends.